Hi dear parents, welcome back to another math hour. Today I'm going to teach you the basics of Pythagoras Theorem. This is a part 2. In part 1 I told you more about the sides of a right angle triangle, what makes it a right angle triangle, and how to find out which sides are which. Just a real recap, the letter A is going to be the smallest side of the triangle, letter B is usually the other side of the triangle, usually the longer part. And letter C is the diagonal part of the triangle. So just to label it for you guys, letter C is a diagonal, letter A is going to be the shorter side, and of course letter B will be the remaining side. This is convention, this is what we usually follow when it comes to solving Pythagoras theorems. Now, let's take a look at the formula. The Pythagoras theorem formula is as follows. It is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. That is the theorem. Okay, now let me give you some numbers. For example, let us say that a is equal to 3 centimeters, okay, and b is equal to 4 centimeters, and the problem is asking you to find out, well, what is c equal to? What is the length of a diagonal in such a triangle? All you have to do is take these values of a and b, plug it into the formula, and solve for c. It's that simple. So c squared is what we need to find out. I don't know what c squared is. I'll leave it the way it is. I know that a is equal to 3 centimeters, so that'll be 3 and a square. I know that b is equal to 4 centimeters, so I'll put 4 and a square. You see that? Plug it in. That's all you got to do. Now, c squared is again over here. I know that 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. And I know that 4 squared is 16, because it's 4 times 4. You see that? That easy. And then after I add these two numbers up, 9 plus 16, I'm going to get 25. Now, we've not got the answer yet. All I've got over here is c squared is equal to 25. In order to find c, I got to get rid of this squared, and when you do that, automatically on the right hand side you put a square root. Okay? Anytime you get rid of the square, then on the other side of the equal sign you put a square root. And so c is equal to the square root of 25. Some number multiplied by the exact same number gives me 25. And we know the square root of 25 is 5 centimeters. And that is our answer for this particular problem. You see that? That is how you use the Pythagoras theorem. You simply plug in the numbers. Let's try another one. Okay. Again, I'm going to take the same triangle. Let me erase all this stuff off. I'll give you different dimensions, obviously. Okay. Here we go. Again, just to remind you, A is usually the shorter side, C is usually the diagonal, and B is the remaining side. Now, I am going to tell you that I am going to tell you that the length of this diagonal is 10 feet. And I will also tell you that the base of this right angle triangle is, I don't know, how about 8 feet? And I would like you to tell me what is the length of this side of the triangle, the A side. How do I do this? Well, I'm going to use my Pythagoras theorem. However, Pythagoras theorem is c squared equals a squared plus b squared, right? Well, you know what? This theorem is fine if I need to find c. But I've already got this c. They already told me what c is equal to. In fact, I need to find out what a is equal to. So you know what? I'm going to flip the equation around. I'm going to bring a squared and b squared on the left side of the equal sign, and I'm going to make it equal to c squared. It's the same thing. All I did was flip the Pythagoras theorem the other way around. And I'll show you why this matters and why this makes it easier for me to solve this problem. Let's plug in the numbers. A squared. I don't know what my a squared is. I'll leave it alone. I do know what my b is. B is 8. And don't forget to square it. And I do know what my c is. C is 10, and we're going to square that as well. So now we got a squared plus 8 squared, 8 times 8, 64, equals 10 squared, 10 times 10, 100. Now notice, this is a very basic and easy peasy algebra equation. I want to solve for a. A is my missing number, so I keep a and square on the left side of the equal sign. Everything else after the equal sign, I put it on the right side. So 100 stays on the right side of the equal sign. That doesn't change. But the 64, the positive 64, jumps across the equal sign. And whenever a number jumps across the equal sign, whatever the number is here, whether it's positive or negative, in this case it's positive, it turns into negative. So that'll be minus 64. Okay? Don't forget the basic algebra rule, guys. When a number jumps across the equal sign, plus changes to minus, minus changes into plus. Always. And now we know that a squared is equal to 100 minus 64, which if I'm not mistaken is 36. We're almost there. I've had a square. I don't want a square. I want a. So I'm going to cancel out that square. And when I do that, automatically I get a square root on the right side of the triangle, on the right side of the equal sign. And the square root of 36 is 6. And there we go. I found my answer. The length of A is 6 feet. Don't forget the units. And this is how you use the Pythagoras Theorem, okay? It's that simple. Plug in the numbers, plug in the values, and then use these steps and you will always get the right answer. Okay? Thank you so much.